streaming live for the very first time on Lulua TV, something which you guys have been asking. When is Lulua TV going online? Where is Lulua TV located? Well, we are here. We are located at Bamboo Village, where we will be bringing you the Star Talk. What is the Star Talk? It is a weekly segment on Lulua TV where we get to speak to the big stars in the region, hosted by one of your stars also, Daginated. Well, I'm a star, if you may be wondering, and we are sponsored by Flashlight Pictures for all your graphical, photography and videography services. Look no further than Flashlight Pictures if you want the best quality of anything in this city. And as I already told you, we are having the Star Talk, and what else could we expect on a show like this than a big star having joined us for it? Well, I am joined by one of the biggest, if not the biggest star this region has ever produced in the hip-hop industry, none other than Gbara Spoken. I don't know if I should say Gbara Spoken Music, Gbara Spoken MC, or Gbara Spoken the rapper, but well, that is why we have him here to tell us more. And by the way, we are going to strip him. So you are so much welcome to Lulua TV.
Thank you so much, all the viewers of Lulua TV. It's your boy Gbara Spoken MC, and it's such a great opportunity being here, Daginated.
And we are so much honored to have you here. First of all, who is Gbara Spoken?
Gbara Spoken is a performing artist. He's a rapper. He's an MC. He's a poet. He's an author, a community elevator, and so much of a creative expressionist. I go by my government names, or the names I was baptized with: Milton Maopini Mark Peter, and I come from Arua. I actually meet you in particular in Aivu. Thank you.
For some of you who have been wondering with the lines that he drops, is he really a true son of Arua? Yes, he is, and I think his music is botanical. The language, the rhyme, and everything he has told us. And one thing I've realized is he has said he is a creative something, which I think is very diverse. Now, let me ask, how has your musical journey been like? When did you start doing music, and what inspired you?
I think I cannot easily remember when exactly I started doing music, but I understand the phases. There are about 3 or 4 phases of my musical experience or journey. I think growing up, I just grew, I found myself in music because my dad would play a lot of loud music, loud Lingala music, day in and, day out. And, I'll just experience the music, wake up in the morning and sing those songs. And then when I joined the primary level of education through MDD, I interfaced with music a lot. I grew a lot of experiences through MDD. Even in the secondary, I became a big morale booster, a big name. Being a big name in the school morale boosting group means you must be knowing hundreds and hundreds of songs. And I want to make you understand that this gave me time to explore music. Right from my childhood, I interfaced with different genres of music, Lingala, hip-hop, and so on and so forth, Ugandan music when it was becoming popular. And then somewhere in my secondary education, actually WestNile music, would have been a reason why I would have lost my education, because the Chandiru Leilas, the Jem Kennedys, the Fat A's, the King Widders, and so on, the Black Harmonies were the thing. And music having been my whole life, having been so close to music, I started seeing a way of coming out, because I already told you I would sing, I would express myself, I would rap to Joakali by Ghetto Boys. I loved that kind of expression. So when the King Widders and so on, the Chandiru Leilas, those first Jem Kennedys, when they started coming out, we would sneak out of school, just to go and attend these shows. And then we believed, I personally believed from these musicians that I can do it if they can do it. And I'm glad I gave it a try. Somewhere around 2007 at Audio Waves, Arua, that used to be at Annex. I recorded my first song, and the title was Mali. It was featuring one of my brothers we have lost now, and the message was, we cannot separate because of money, we shall always stick together. I'm glad some of those things have shaped me and shaped the Gbara spoken music or the Gbara spoken MC today.
He used to jump out of school to attend shows. Now if you're a student and you're watching this, that is something I wouldn't advise you to do, because unlike him, I stayed in school, I didn't jump, and I am still doing what I love to do. Now that is spoken side of the story. I also have my story. You have your story. Your journey doesn't have to be like his. Now I want to understand, you said your dad played a lot of Lingala music, and then you grew up listening to the Chandiru Leilas and the JM Kennedys, who did contrary to what you are doing. Why hip-hop? Why did you choose to do hip-hop? Why didn't you do something that your dad used to play a lot?
Lingala in that kind of way. I feel over time, as I experienced this kind of short story I told you, I feel over time I realized rap, because I think my creative abilities of expressing myself were really, I'd built them over time, and I felt rap would have been the best tool for me to, you know, to express myself. By the professionally, I'm a teacher, and I chose not to teach in the classroom, but to teach musically, and probably not because it was Lingala or it was something, it was reggae, which to me is just a tool or a style or a genre to choose from. I chose rap because I realized the best way I could express myself was rap. Yes.
So outside music, Gbara spoken is a teacher. Have you ever entered a class to teach? And if you did, which school were you teaching? And at what point did you realize that teaching wasn't something meant for you? Because so many people out there are struggling to achieve to do what they studied in class and do what they are passionate about. At what point did you realize that I think being in the class as a teacher may not be able to make me the person that I wanted to be in this life?
I think I didn't realize that being a school teacher will not make me be whatever I'll be in life. I think I chose the style of teaching because you know, my father is a retired secondary teacher, and if there's any profession I so much respect in this world, leave alone being a musician, I respect teachers. So I feel choosing to be a teacher is a very noble cause, and me choosing to be a teacher was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. Except now, when the Gbara spoken bit of me came through, I chose the mode of teaching from the classroom to probably in the space where I can use music as a tool. And indeed, I feel I reach a bigger audience. If I chose to come and teach chemistry in form of rap, probably, I'm not so sure, probably some students will understand it right. What I'm meaning is I just chose to move from the classroom to discover another space, and which I feel outside the classroom setting too. Outside here, there's a lot of space for people to listen to my positive messages, and I chose to do also conscious hip-hop music that can entertain, elevate, music that can develop, music that can change. So I feel I'm still a teacher.
He's still a teacher. Why? Not because he's teaching in a classroom, but he's using music to teach. Now, I love to always say, use your passion to chase your dream. His passion, I believe, was the music, and his dream was the teacher. He's using both to accomplish something and be of benefit to the society. Now, we have known your musical life, we have known your professional life, but are you a family man, if I may ask? For the ladies out there, probably.
Oh yeah, I am a family man. I have a family, I should say, happy family. Yes, I do.
So how does a celebrity like you manage a family life? Because we have heard of breakups. Most of the common breakups come from celebrity families. How does a celebrity like you manage life and a family?
I think It's understanding the thin line between the celebrity life and your personal life, because I feel I have my personal life too, and I have this kind of life that is actually dedicated to the people. People have expectations in me, and I have some of those expectations to fulfill, give them good music, entertain them and so on, perform and make them happy and so on. But I also have my personal life. I have kids, I have daughters, and I have a girlfriend, and you know, I need to make them happy. I have my own brothers and sisters. I have, you know, that kind of thing. I also need to give time for that. So it is very difficult. It is so challenging, and I'm sure I'm not the only person who experiences that. My brothers and sisters who are in the industry must be experiencing the same thing. But somehow, when we understand the thin line between the celebrity life and your personal life, you kind of feel, you begin to understand how you're supposed to handle your family life, for example, and how you're supposed to handle your life on stage or outside here on the public. Yes.
Spoken has a girlfriend, he has kids. So if you're there and maybe you've, but then just as a bomb for you, he is taken. Maybe you can start crashing on me. Let's take a break, and remember, we are sponsored by Flashlight Pictures for all your graphical, photography, videography. If you need anything in that aspect, Flashlight is the place to be, and we are at Bamboo Village, that one place in this city that you want to be at for all your meals, for hanging out after the COVID-19. If you want to hang out with your friends, throw a few birthday parties, or maybe graduation parties, or maybe baby showers, Bamboo Village is the place to be. Here is just a musical break from Nile and Gbara Spoken, and see you in a few.
Slam drum beats, Nukutancheza Safari. Ituma jugwa ba woropile chopi America Silvia Mantu modu kengazu otelia tie kwere chasa si okomboro torua mabeyi modu ko oyuzo kukabala urisi taranyo fimatia kwa leke mbepie ane karienjo yitia wala la karile yitia ngonde yebibe ruwa nyori biombi angali kibyo pilia nderebe bwa mandu safu yesurusi izimiti Maria gasa kamyesi tete mi bandema eyosi amesusasi diwala amotema tene duandra ikilede matute turo sobitio dapri yekini erivini taliru eritusu chosa robi tiani ngazuni zukini madembe yo azedi yazuni tiamiri tiadalera afemasi yo kwerezo super hip-hop gamano kofeti aprezu utikuru dieso zura amatitama nife amabeyi nirima tutu ongo nirima zozo nini mefiba mafava ante kweri modika viba zikenjitafe kule tada nisirima bangiria bamosika kangwarira irkanyazo dindundu menje zimini ngarira ikamavuri ruku yeke yena moti mibera inditama sope mapariela fazama yapi nemba manya tuluku matia Sylvain Zayinira
Oye salimo mwizo pesese ngona bana ya Afrika Bible no acto sarana bomoko Oye salimo mwizo pesese ngona bana ya Afrika Bible no acto sarana bomoko
Black notes and sheds on eyes, visions of a broken poet. Gbara tima revolution all area. Karale moni drasi tasi kala fe otiria kile edima stepule asuniti buoku. Ikangama tora loya lakani makala masiya mangama derupere mani tuani inde zura. Afienzi mansoki kekurbe olia bagia mafuti akweri okarabati ninteni. Injusi masi yele kini mwenye puriti tingazo talo arwe dere machokole. Ili mudini rifutia manze profeta tisi Gbara Spoken kapaso di tezaro aberi ni 40 Matita manife WestNile ma HipHop ni isi kala opili pa mavuri sira mangecha burundu aruntuate Mamarane yingonde nukutadi ola pera maningazu patiko pia dia mangwezo zuri ndezu Koda njidre yingo juruwa mama di mongo okobetu Ongo mavudi suzu anzu okoko Olidi ma effect is mentally catastrophic Anthropocentric waking up the slept on heroism Unitade rongo mfi iramantede nemete matue tuzi ningeta mani westina nirukuse tizu yara Ba ote ama ote kile ibimati onda pikuri leku Abele tiku leku
limongo ezopesese ngo na bana ya Afrika peuple noir tozala na bomoko oyo limongo ezopesese ngo na bana ya Afrika peuple noir tozala na bomoko
Atitemini fe isma pab Afrika mapwara kama ondu paraka FC meyomba badaka okalamvo mazoi nzikuruni ba masi stadium foundation magamu tufali matu tegula madi obiti tranzinyiri mali uriendrare matiuru kambi matoti mamu onita dibelenye tetaru nyakutanie topi atamva ati kubena dimiti hini unite nyafo asenjuka dio ati atipireri aduni lugbara mopiba mapeme do madite indikindi ajamfo fasi amasi edriba manya ondwasi eteta bafe amasi adia manyonyi pekaka odimeyosi legilgilia da museo moda masopa baradara Karianzi drama nyezi ngapi onyerutu Tesasi fipiradi mayosi moment of silence
Just with affection on the beats.
Welcoming you back to the Star Talk, and we are still here chilling with Gbara Spoken Music, and we have learnt a lot about him. That first segment was basically about his life, what he does, who he is, his family, and all that. Now, about your relevance in this industry, the first question that I will ask is, how have you managed to remain relevant in this industry for all these years?
I don't know, but honestly, I would tell you it's not one factor. I would probably say I would thank God that He has managed to sustain me here, maybe in a relevant way, and then the people, of course, the fans, my people here, the fans in all the places I've been to, anyone who has basically supported me in any way. If you check across my social media and so on, you always realize that I'm always thankful, to people who have been supportive to me, even in the most little way. And the good thing is I know so many people who have been supportive to me, and I recognize that kind of support. So I feel that is one of the reasons why I've been relevant here. And then, of course, I've stuck to doing the good music. I feel it's good music, and this music has been able to build for me a following and, of course, a relevance. And then, apart from the performances on stage and representing WestNile on the awards and so on, I have been relevant in the community here ever since Gbara Spoken Music or Gbara Spoken MC became relevant as well here. For example, in Arua, WestNile, Northern Uganda, and Uganda in particularly. I became relevant a little bit from 2015 actually, when I threw in my first album, Aparakayo. And then from Aparakayo, we just went on with Orata, and these songs received very huge airplays and following and support for me, because I'd come into an industry where when I left WestNile, I'd left LMB Rags here. I was a star hip-hop rapper, and then I left LP Shaddies were already met around here, the ex-bishops, the Blue Teats, and so on. These were already guys in one way or another, were already 60 years, were already mixed around here before I left Arua for almost 4 years when I returned. So I knew returning as Gbara Spoken MC meant I needed to come with something new. And I'll tell you, for any brand to be relevant, or for any artist to be relevant, I will give an example with Monopoly. Of course, I know Monopoly has kept a vibe this year, and I love the kind of, the support that is given to him and so on. For any artist to become relevant like that, that artist must have come up with a different content, a different style. So when I came with the Nuku Tanzeza style of hip-hop or rap or music in West Nile, I didn't just start as Gbara Spoken Music and start there, yo, I'm a tough guy, I can handle it and so on. I knew I cannot finish all this by myself. I created a family. We started Noku Tanzeza. Before you know it, PCY is already in. Before you know it, Jerry MIA, Rap Gun, and so on. And I'll tell you, from Noku Tanzeza, it became another story. We built a force, one of hip-hop music or rap music, and then also of other different styles of expressing ourselves musically. PCY was growing, Rap Gun was growing, and Gbara Spoken was throwing music, and all these things kept me growing. And I'll tell you, one of the reasons is because I recognized that I didn't need myself only. I needed another person. I needed to stand with another person. There's a producer called Don Pro, who was working at F Records by then. Don Pro is one of the producers who, when I came around in 2015, Don Pro believed in me. There was a time I was recording a song and we recorded a verse for over 70 times. And then Don Pro told me, if we reach the 80th time, and I've not done it, let's just relax this project and first go and do. Very tough people built me, but they were not very tough indeed, but they believed in me. I don't want to say that I was such a genius. I was, so exceptional. Like, of course, there's some aspect of that in every individual, but it was because I believed in another person to shape me. And eventually I was able to bond with very good musicians, very good DJs, very good producers, some of whom are part of my story up to this very day. My current album called Oyakuya that I'm working on, I'm telling you, my brother, it's going to shake the world. It is going to shake this world. You understand? And on this album, I'm still working with producers I worked with 5 years ago. You understand? They still believe in me and I believe in them. So for me, one of the reasons why I've been relevant here is because this stuff is beyond me. Yeah, you get it? And then also in the community, we started Platform 503. We've been doing work in refugee camps all over Uganda, in community centers. Up to this very day, I am relevant in the community, but not because it's about me. I am in the community because me going to the community is people going to the community, and you represent the community too. I am just in the community doing what I can do, but I know I cannot do it alone. I had to stand with other people. It's one of the major reasons why I have stood relevant here today.
Build yourself a family is what I've picked from how he has managed to stay relevant. Some of us or some of you upcoming, I always follow the online flow of WestNile content. When someone always drops something negative, we all go berserk. But as you have heard from Spoken, it is not all about who you are. It is not about one person. You can't, and I promise you, you can never build a brand on your own. You need family, you need people to support you, you need people to criticize you, because everyone matters in this business. Now, you have also talked about community engagements and how it has made you relevant. What are some of these community engagements that you have? Because I always check on Facebook. There is a Facebook page, Platform 503. I see pics of you there. And what are some of those community engagements that you're involved in?
We started Platform in 2015 as an initiative, as a community-based organization, of course a youth-led and non-profit making initiative to empower communities, and then we developed concepts like each one, teach one, reach one, where if you knew something, you knew some skills, we would create a platform where you would teach me, and after teaching me, I would go and teach another person. All of a sudden, we were growing a network of young people who were sharing knowledge and skills, and it was something that we believed in, when we were heading out to the community. One, we've been offering and creating platforms where young people come and showcase talents and skills, and we have built these talents and we have developed them. I will tell you, to this day, DJ Dranix, PCY, Rap Gun, there's a long list of. I don't like talking about this in public because I told you I'm not about the credit, but there's work we are doing that is about empowering each other. As I talk right now, we have produced a short film on gender-based violence, and it's called Pamvo. And this is a short film in which we are doing awareness, community awareness on gender-based violence. So we create creative components. We sing songs like Tura. We sing songs that can address issues like gender-based violence, teenage pregnancy, and so on. Basically, what Platform 503 now does through its members is we now use the potential that we have created, just like the Gbara spoken music potential. We now use that potential to give another power to the community. So Platform 503 is that community-based organization that now taps on that potential that you already have, gives it to another person, and is able to also take this potential to build the community.
He has said it all. Remember, we are still at Bamboo Village, live on Lulua TV. You can follow us on all our social media platforms. Facebook page at Lulua TV, Twitter handle at Lulua TV 90. Sponsored by Flashlight Pictures for everything solution that you need digital-wise in this Arua city. You can also follow me on my Twitter handle king_daginated, or on my Facebook account daginated, as we bring you more and more of such interesting things when we get to know more and understand our stars that are making headlines, that are promoting this new selling city. Now I want us to talk about something that is very sensitive to this industry, the issue of music or musicians, promoters, and fans. Because each and every day when I check on the Facebook pages of WestNile, I find there's a lot of battle going on. Either it is a DJ having an issue with a blogger, or it is a musician having an issue with a promoter and all that stuff. What do you think is most relevant to address such a thing? Who does what, and who is most relevant to all these things? Is the musician bigger than the promoter, or is the promoter bigger than the musician, or are the fans entitled to anything as regards their brand?
I think all these stakeholders, the fans, the promoters, I could say even the producers, the musicians, and so on, I think all of them are equal, according to me. All of them are equal, and all of them deserve respect. If you find a musician complaining about promoters, that means the particular promoter or the promoters have disrespected this artist. How possibly could a promoter disrespect an artist, fail to pay an agreed amount of say money, to the artist, something like that, or whatever the agreement is, going the other side? I think that those are some of the reasons that normally bring some of these conflicts.
So have you ever been involved in such wrangles where like you have issues with your promoters, or you have issues with the DJs or with the fans? And if you have been involved, how will you advise the young boys who are trying to be emotional and trying to say that maybe the promoters don't like them and all that stuff? Because it is a very big challenge we have in the music industry of WestNile. How did you manage that, and how are you coping up with that?
What I want to tell you, or even the viewer, is the entertainment industry is like it's one of the hardest hustles in life that I've come to know, and it's not a smooth ride. I keep telling artists, new artists, each and every day. Somebody comes to me and is sampling a song to me, and then expects me to say, yo, you're going to be like this. I tell you, even if you swindled 50 million and you invest it right now, and you're saying in the next 2 years it's going to be like this, don't lie to yourself. It is very hard. So what I'm trying to say is it is a very challenging industry. If I start talking about the challenges, there are too many. But I thank God and I thank the people who support me that I'm still here. But my advice to that artist or to that kind of person is respect the other person who is not doing what you're doing. If you go to the studio and you produce the music, let the DJ also respect the fact that the artist has produced the music, and it is his role as the DJ to play the music. You understand? You get it? That means when we all respect each other, the promoter is going to do his part, the artist is going to do his part, the DJ is going to do his part. Wherever we find conflicts, either of them has not done his or her part. And my advice would be, let's keep on working. Put in work, and respect the other person.
Keep on working. Stay in your lane. But bloggers, stay in your lane. DJs, stay where you're comfortable. Artists, keep giving us the good music. And promoters, also find your comfort zone in the industry. Now, one of the second sensitive topics I wanted to discuss is I don't want to hide it out because it is something that I see happening. The issue of music and drugs. I know we have so many artists that do drugs. Sometimes they come on stage when they are high. I'm going to ask this in a question. I'm going to ask this question in a way that I think no one has ever asked.
Yeah.
What role or impact do drugs make or have in any artist's life?
I will answer this question. I want to begin it with a reference. Someday I performed at Heritage Courts, and I was building up to a concert called 3 Years of Rap concert that was going to take place at Desert Breeze. So the Comedy Basket, that group of the Man Patos, the Ziggy Zagas, the Pierres and so on, put me on that event of theirs. That was around December. It was a weekend. And then it was a live band thing. You know, I'm an artist who has developed a lot of ability to perform live. And I was performing with a band that we have built over this time. I told you, the Black People Band, headed by PCY. So, of course, then my time came, and these brothers had given me this particular session for about 15 minutes to come and, you know, do my thing and then to sell my concert. I came and did a performance, and everyone roared, you understand? Everyone basically literally roared out of, you know, their chairs, and, you know, that kind of feeling. And I want to tell you, I'm coming back to your question. I want to tell you the moments when you're on stage and you're expressing yourself, there are certain things that happen. I don't understand them either, but I'm a human being, yeah? I'm coming back to the point. So this media person asked me a question. What you did that night? Were you drunk? Were you, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do that? I answered that question in a very simple way. I told her, you know, I told you I'm someone who says tuolo makongolo. I'm someone who believes my power will be more if I'm standing with another person. And one of the successful artists, I'm saying successful like in terms of introducing his brand and building his brand, who has been next to me, very close to me, is PCY, the Black People. And with PCY we built this same band, and I told this lady that it is not because of drugs, it's not because somebody is drunk, or it's not because somebody has done this and that this person is able to become Gbara spoken, free boy music, what, and so on. Though so many people maybe drink, so many people smoke, you understand. But I'll tell you, being free boy, or being Gbara spoken, or being King Wida, being LP Sadi, being Jack P, or being whoever, is beyond your definition or your understanding of drugs. I also don't have a very strong, big understanding of what drugs are. But here's my point. What PCY's presence with me on stage, you get me? And with this band with whom we have practiced and built over time, what I'm able to do when this guy is around, you have no idea. I have no idea. That is one important thing that makes a brand, or that makes someone an artist, somebody who creates content, somebody who expresses himself, outstanding out of so many people. Very many people mistake it and think somebody gets induced, maybe there are drugs and so on and so forth. I want to tell you, smoking whatever you'll smoke, drinking whatever you'll drink, doing whatever you will do has got nothing positive on the way you express yourself or the way you're going to be. Whether it tells you you'll think it is confidence and so on and so forth, never. So whatever these brands are, especially allow me to talk about myself. I was able to express myself that way, not because of anything that I induced. I can do whatever I was able to do if that ambience is here right now, or if you wake up any time of the day. You get me? If you want to prove it or something, if you wake up any time of the day and you have such a setup and you put me, let me express myself, you will understand the difference between the ability to artistically express yourself versus the misconception of drugs make somebody become this kind of someone.
Wow, when you are good at what you are doing, you do not actually need influence from anything or from someone. You just need to stick to what you are good, because come on, you are good at it. Why will you need influence from something else? And drugs will never give you any productive thing, as has been told to us by Gbara Spoken Music. Now, I just want to ask Spoken one last question, and I know it is very sensitive because when it comes to issues of comparisons, that is a hard core to go. But recently, Navio, in all his comfort, came up with his top 5 artists or rappers in the industry, and he did put GNL, Zamba, and Gravity Omutuju at number 5. He gave his reason because he wants them to fight to climb up. So according to Gbara Spoken, who will be on your top 5 list of the best rappers in West Nile or to have come from West Nile? Could be past or present. Well, who are they in your top 5?
I want to begin by saying Navio is right to probably to put Gravity Omutuju there. I think GNL will deserve to be in the top 5. That is in the Ugandan scene. But man, rappers in Uganda here know what Gravity Omutuju is, and I think Navio is right to put Omutuju on that list. Man. Okay, but in West Nile,
okay, let's stick to West Nile. Let's stick the conversation to West Nile.
In West Nile, you know, Dagi coming up with a list like this is a very conscious issue. But I want to base I wouldn't just want to put like the top 5. You know, this is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. But my list is going to be in no particular order, and my list is based on the fact that I've seen a lot of rapping talent over these past 5 or 6 years through our experiences with Platform 503 and my community engagements and so on. The work I've done here in West Nile, Northern Uganda, and Uganda at large, I've come across over 5,000 young people who are rappers and whom I know are out there and they're destined to come and take my place or take another rapper's place. But what does that mean? That means for me, I have to be chonjo, like I have to be ready. You understand? So these people I'm going to mention because I have seen talent. If we were to talk about talent, man, I know so many people are talented. There's so many rappers even around here who are talented, who are really good. But I'll mention my 5 because I feel these are people I've interfaced with, I've explored. I also know their creative abilities, and I know how they really stand out of so many talented musicians who are rappers. So in no particular order, of course, Gbara Spoken MC.
Okay. Start with your own.
And then
actually, I thought you wouldn't put Gbara Spoken in that list because there is this common saying that when you're mentioning sinners, you don't mention the devil. But since you said in no particular order, let's take it.
I'm a sinner
okay.
too. I mentioned my name.
Okay.
So Gbara Spoken MC. I feel LMB Rags deserves to be on that list. LMB Rags, and then Rapper Blue Tit also deserves to be on that list. I will put Rap Gun on that list. And I will put OPU Koboko Boy and PCY.
Interesting one. So just like Navio, I don't know why it is common, but just like Navio, Spoken has OPU Koboko Boy and PCY fighting for one position. I don't know if it is number 1 or 1, but for the sake of it being for the sake of it being besides Spoken, I will say Gbara Spoken's are top 5 artists, rappers in the region. LMB Rags, OPU Koboko Boy / PCY, and then you said Rapper Blue Tit and who was the Rap Gun MC. That is his opinion, by the way. Don't go again and write things maybe Gbara Spoken has said this. Don't take a side, because he didn't take a side. He was open. He didn't mention who number 1 was, who number 2 was, or who number 5/6 was. But that has been Spoken Music for you, Gbara Spoken for you. You can check him out on his Facebook page and Instagram at Gbara Spoken MC, or even on Twitter, or even catch his content on YouTube, because it is there. And by the way, when you click on that YouTube, just 1 subscription and 1 like is enough to grow West Nile. And that is something you were saying,
Dagi. I wanted to put this aspect of the album that I'm building called Oyakuya. Of course, I recently dropped a new song called Kabilomva, and it's off my new album, that Oyakwe album, Earthquake. And you should be asking yourself why Earthquake, because I think after this album I'm going to take a twist in my career, and I'm really hopeful that this album is going to change so many narratives musically, about my personal life, about my experiences in the industry. I don't know how. We intend to drop it somehow around probably the end of this year. Though COVID, like really messed the year a lot, but we intend to drop it somewhere around the end of the year. But I think after the album, the Gbara Spoken MC story is going to change, because the content we've built together is something for the next generation of West Nile. Thank you. Like
I told you, Lulua TV is always connected, and it is on Lulua TV that you have heard for the first time Gbara Spoken is releasing an album at the end of this year, but just not an album, one that will be a very big twist for him. We shall also have him to discuss more on what twist this album will do. But for now, what we can do best is to just encourage you to follow him on his social media platforms, as I have said, and I was at the verge of telling you, one subscription from you on his YouTube channel could take him places. And also remember, we are sponsored by Flashlight Pictures for all your photography, videography, and graphical solutions. And we are chilling at Bamboo Village, that one stop for you for all the accommodation that you need. They also, by the way, do deliveries. Otherwise, spoken music, wow, it has been a very nice time chilling with you, and I really hope you give us your time next time.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you, the viewers of Lulua TV. It was nice catching up with you. Tuolwa Makongolo. Together we are stronger. Rap inspiring generations is me. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching us. Catch you again next time. Until then, I am Daginated. Remember to always follow us on our social media platforms, Lulua TV on Facebook and Lulua TV 90 on Twitter. You can also follow me on Twitter at king_Daginated, and also on Facebook I am at Daginated. Otherwise, it has been nice staying with you and having you on board. Till we meet again.
It's your boy Gbara Spoken MC, and I'm chilling with the Lulua TV. Salute, it's your boy Gbara Spoken MC, and I'm chilling with Lulua TV. Kiri kiri, it's your boy Gbara Spoken MC, and I'm chilling with Lulua TV. Yeah, amandundu yo, amatualu, kabilomva, robini mobi, kina mengodi tomibe tualu, anemyoroko neti wati dia, DJ Pop mabiti didiani, golilia bema ungudia, kuni mavuleku, amaru oteteni teni. Bama ojuke begara, ojukwe dedi begara. Kuni mavuleku, kini duola lusi over diati. Mama told me and you are everlasting. In the sky, ever telescoping. Fly, fly, maracha, foka. Gbara Spoken MC on this one, Lulua TV.